I'm Celina Jennings, and I was the camera operator on Eldorado. It was brilliant. It was an experience that I think everyone kind of shared together. It was the first 3D production that all of us kind of worked on, or one of the first 3D productions that was in the UK. So we all kind of came onto the gig thinking it was a 2D shoot, and it turned out to be a 3D shoot. So when the rig rocked up in front of us, it was very new. None of us had seen it before. So it was very interesting to figure out how to use it. I love 3D. Yeah, 3D has definitely become a new passion of mine, I suppose. It's something that I didn't really think I'd get into because I haven't really watched that many 3D films in the past. And to actually work on a 3D film was interesting because you could see, well, it's the first time I really saw 3D. We used a PS Technic Universal rig, which is a mirrored rig, which has two cameras, one that comes on the vertical and one that goes on the horizontal, which basically emulate the separation of the eyes, which is 68 millimeters. Yeah, well, sort of like when you're operating the camera, you're still operating as a single, you're operating through the one camera. Obviously, the lineup of the shots, working with your 3D stereographer, I'm checking both cameras to make sure that they're lined up, and you're getting the same frame, I suppose, because one camera's obviously seeing a bit more than the other camera. Richard, obviously, he took me on this film, which I was very grateful for. It was a brilliant opportunity, and it's, I think, everything, the way things are run here, it's very family. So everyone, the crew, with the director and the DOP, everyone became, this unit for 3 months, working really closely together, and it's, yeah, it just felt like a big family, really.
Wishing my girl was by my side. All the things I'm missing, good fiddles, love and kissing, waiting at the end of my ride.
We went to LA and Las Vegas. Yeah, that was interesting because we got to meet the big names out there. So obviously when you're in this industry, it's kind of a dream, isn't it? And we went over there and we spent a week in Nevada and in Las Vegas. Spent quite a bit of time with a big gang of bikers on the back of pickup trucks and all sorts in the desert. And then obviously going up and down the Las Vegas Strip. That was fun. And then we did some time in a green screen studio in LA with Daryl Hannah, which was brilliant. Good crew out there, so we obviously worked with some Americans, with a small crew of us that came over from the UK. And yeah, the green screen there was brilliant. It was interesting for them because they had never seen a 3D rig before. So we kind of got to show the guys, this new gear that we were using. Everyone was very interested. Brilliant working with big named actors like Jeff Fahey and Michael Madsen and Daryl Hannah and Peter O'Toole. It's very interesting, not having worked with those big named actors before. You can really, notice, well, you just know why they're big names basically, because they're very good at what they do. They're very easy to work with the camera. Yeah, and Daryl Hannah was amazing. She gave me mad props for being a woman riding the shotgun, which is a privilege. Yeah, and Jeff Fahey was probably the one I warmed to the most. With the camera, we just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, and we just got into this really nice rhythm and groove together that it just felt like I could just really feel him through the camera, and it was probably one of my most joyous moments, being on the camera, working with him.
So, you still see him or what?
That's what they gave us.
What? Nice. Real nice.
It's a pocket watch.
Gloria, I was. Yes. That came about, we were in the desert filming, and Richard needed someone to be this, what is she, a stripper. So we needed someone to fill this role, and it was myself, Francois, the DP, and a few other of us on the crew. And so Richard asked if I could play Gloria, which I jumped at. And yes, I pulled up in a car and had a minor role, but it was quite interesting. Very different to be on the other side of the camera, I suppose. Now I really appreciate how actors feel. Yeah. Are you guys lost?
Well, we've been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Yeah, it's a long story. Could you give us a lift?
Where to?
About 20 miles that way.
Sure can. Why don't you get on in? It's a bit different being in front of the camera. Yeah. Normally I don't like talking so much from the camera. It freaks me out. But yeah, no, I enjoy it. I think I'll stick behind the camera though.